Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a fuel mileage update video on my 21 Ram 2500 with the 6.7 Cummins diesel. Bottom line up front, the highest recorded fuel mileage to date was 28.3 miles to the gallon. Amazing. That happened on the 5th of November, so just this past last Friday. I think it was last Friday. I got 28.3 miles to the gallon. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you scroll to the remarks, you can see kind of the conditions of the drive. I usually have my cruise control set at 65. On that particular day, the last quarter of the trip, I was behind a semi-truck. So, and that helped. I'm pretty sure that helped with that fuel economy. But anyways, yeah, so 28.3. That's phenomenal. The highest before that happened on the 16th of October. I was 27.5 miles to the gallon. So, and this is all on winter fuel, by the way. So that's pretty amazing. That means when we switch back over to summer fuel, I should get even better fuel mileage. Maybe, I think I can squeeze 30 out of this truck. And the truck doesn't even have a 10-speed. It has the 6-speed, 6 to 8 RFE. And I can pull this kind of fuel economy. Absolutely amazing. Now the 10-speed for the Fords definitely helped the V8s because the V8s use a lot more fuel. So my 20 Ford compared to the 19 and the 17 Fords that I had, the 10-speed definitely helped. But this Cummins, look, Cummins, it's a 6-cylinder, it's straight 6. And, it's already going to get better fuel economy because it's got 2 less cylinders. And Cummins, they do a better job. Personally, their emission systems, I don't really worry about it. They just do a better job with fuel economy. So, and something to note, look, there are no amber here at all. It's all green. Amber fuel economy. So the way I have this structured, right, there's red, amber, and green. Red is anything under 15 miles to the gallon. So 14, 13, 12, and so forth. That's all red. That means it's bad fuel economy. Anything between 15 and 17, I consider that as amber, as in, no, it's decent. That's back when I had my 99 Dodge. That's kind of what you expected out of those trucks. 15 to 17, maybe 18 miles to the gallon, right? But 15 to 17 for me, that's amber. And anything over 18 miles to the gallon is good, is green. And compared to even my 24, look, there is no amber. It's all green. And I'm sure if I have a real heavy city drive, it's going to be amber or even red, because it's kind of expected if you're doing a lot of short trips, right? Particularly city driving, right? But for the most part, it's all green, and I'm very impressed. My overall average so far is 22.3 miles to the gallon, which during this time, if I were to compare it to the Ford, is better. It's much better. So I'm very impressed with this Ram, and the fuel economy speaks for itself. And look, we know the truck is regenerating. I don't monitor it because I don't worry about it. Because with the Ram, even if I shut down the truck in the middle of a regen, it'll continue to regen when I turn the truck back on. Whereas with the Fords, it won't do that. It'll just shut it down and it'll stop. So if you were at 100% and you shut the truck off, you're at 75% now. Well, when you start the truck back on, it's not going to continue its regen. You're just stuck at 75% and it's going to build from there. And then it'll get to 100% quicker. And then you'll go into a regen quicker, right? Ram's a little different. Now, if that's changed, please let me know. And I know I don't have comments on. Just go to the video that says comments. You can put it there. But that's just from my experience when I had my 2020 Ford and my 19 and 17 Ford. Okay, that's what I experienced. That's why I liked OCR in my 2020 and in my other trucks, because I control the regens. So I can ensure that the regens are always complete. Something also to note, this Ram has a diesel particulate filter gauge. And it stays at 0, which is great. Because one, the diesel particulate filter is directly behind the diesel oxidation catalyst, so it's getting that direct heat all the time. So it's always hot all the time. Now, regen temperatures are, I want to say it's like 572 or 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like the beginning stages of a regeneration. And in the Fords, it'll go up to like 10, 11, 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. With the Rams, it'll get up to maybe about 900, maybe 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, but typically around 900 degrees. It don't get as hot as the Ford, which is good. But anyways, so I know the truck is look, I've got 5,400 miles. The truck has regen, for sure. I just don't monitor it anymore because I don't, it's tedious to monitor it. Like, so it's just so tedious. So I stopped doing that with the Ford. That's it. I don't worry about it in the Ram. But the fact that I'm still in the green, I'm still getting phenomenal fuel mileage, and I know the truck has regened a lot during the last 5,000 miles, right? And unlike Ford, it doesn't have like this mileage counter, right? It's not like it reaches this 500-mile mark limit and then it'll go into regen regardless. It don't work that way with Ram. If the soot levels get to a certain point, the delta pressures or whatever, then it'll go to regen. It's a little different strategy than the Fords. But anyways, so yeah, I'm super impressed with this truck. Yeah, so I've had the truck for over 30 days now, and truck's doing great. I haven't done an oil change yet. I'll get to that. I may change the oil maybe around 10,000 miles. I haven't decided yet to get that brake and oil out. In the past I've done it at 5, and then I'll do it again at 10. Then I'll just maintain the 15,000 mile limit on these Rams. Ford, that's a different story. Ford don't like it when you go past 10,000 miles. But on the Ram, in the manual, it states 15,000 mile oil change intervals. And I've always done that in my Rams. I've never had any issues. And this is my 6th Ram Cummins. So, yeah. Anyways, so that's pretty much the update. When I close out November, December, I'll do another fuel mileage update, and I will be doing a video on what kind of oil I'm going to be using going forward. And I'm going to be using Chevron Dello 600 ADF 10W30 because I want to maintain that diesel particulate filter. And if you don't know what Dello 600 ADF is, just look it up. Go to chevronlubricants.com. I think that's the website. And go check it out. And you can get all your information from there. But that's the oil that I'm going to move forward with for this truck because I want to make sure that my emission systems is maintained so that I can maintain, fuel mileage retention, not increasing your fuel mileage, right? There's some additives that say you can increase your fuel mileage by blah, 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 by switching to this additive, blah, blah, blah. No, Chevron doesn't advertise it like that. It's fuel economy retention. So it helps prevent the diesel particulate filter from getting clogged with too much ash. Because as the truck goes through regen, it burns off all the soot, but that soot turns into ash. But all that ash, all that stuff that's being burnt, right? It's regular CK4 oil has a limit, right? It's 1% sulfated ash content, okay? But the new Chevron Dello 600 ADF oil is it's 60% less than that. It's only 0.4% of ash. So that's huge. That's huge. It has way less phosphorus and zinc, and they have other ingredients that make up for the anti-wear, like boron and some other things, moly. And but you can look all that up. Look, I'm not an expert. You go look that stuff up. So, but anyways, when I get to that, I'll do a video on that. And if the oil sucks, I'll go back to Shell Rotella or Valvoline. But my goal is to maintain the emission system just like I use BLUF Platinum, because it's supposed to reduce the deposits, the crystallization, quote unquote, or whatever, right? To prevent it from getting clogged in the SCR as it builds up over time, right? We've all seen those photos, right? So I want to use Chevron Delo 680F to maintain the diesel particulate filter, because I really do plan to keep this truck forever. So I say that now. No, I'm serious. This is going to be the last truck. I think my next truck, I want to find a 98 4-door extended cab 12 valve. It's a very rare truck to find. They're out there, but they're rare. And when you do find them, they're pretty expensive. So, but anyways, if I get that, I'll put that on YouTube as well and do some mods and whatever. But anyways, so that's it. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.